Egg drop soup. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make. Cheaper, better, and healthier than what you would get at a Chinese takeout place. So stick around. Before we get into the recipe, I just wanted to stop and say thank you guys so much for all of the support so far. We're coming up on 10,000 subscribers, which is huge. Everybody who has liked, commented, subscribed, shared, you're a rock star and I appreciate you. I want to give another shout out to Logan over at Simple Reactions. He's been helping me, learn how YouTube works and also promoting me on his channel, which I will be linking that down below in the description. Also Richard setting up my Facebook page for me back when I first started the channel. I really appreciate that. And Billy, does all the music, and he's allowed me to use that, which is awesome. And I hope you guys enjoy that. His channel and everything is also linked down in the description. It's Sleepy Creek. Anyways, like I said, just wanted to say thanks. Appreciate everyone. Please continue to watch the videos. I got a lot more content coming soon. And yeah, that's it. Let's get back into the recipe. So we'll begin the recipe with green onions, and we're going to use 2 stalks. Basically, I'm just going to show you a couple different ways to cut the green onions, different angles and everything like that. There's 3 sections really when you look at green onions. So you've got the dark green section, and I like to cut those just at an angle, as you can see here. And then there's the second section, which is the kind of the lighter green section, and I like to cut those a little bit different. I'll show you that in a second. And then the third section is just the white part. So you don't want to waste any of it, obviously, but basically you can see right here the green part, separate those out, just cutting those at an angle. Then the lighter green part, basically just cut them, like almost butterfly them in half, and then unfold them like that. And then you can see as well, you'll just cut these at like a really like a long angle, and these kind of get really curly, which is kind of a cool garnish and stuff for different dishes. And then for the white part, basically what I like to do is just cut those into almost like really tiny onion rings, which is kind of cool looking. So you can see that right here. You just cut them at a straight on, no angle or anything, and just cut them as thin as possible. And that's it. So I just wanted to show you all 3 different ways to cut onions, just because it's why not? It's kind of fun, kind of cool. For the middle section, I like to put them in a little bit of ice water, and that's just gonna help them kind of curl up, like I was saying earlier. These get really curly, and they look really cool, like for different types of dishes. For the white part, just put those in like a small Tupperware container. You can just keep those in the fridge for a couple days. You can use them for whatever you'd like. And for the regular green onion, that is what the green part of the onion actually, that's what we're gonna be using for the soup. So I just put those in a bowl, set them off to the side. And for these, after they've sat in the water for about 5 minutes, you can just go ahead and strain them out. And you can see right here, like I said, they kind of curled up a little bit, which is really cool. And I just like to save these, just put them off to the side and use them for, like I said, a garnish for anything really. Right here I've got half a pound of chicken, and I'm using white meat, which is the breast. If you want to use dark meat, honestly I prefer dark meat, but my wife doesn't really like dark meat, which is crazy, I know. But I'm using white meat for that purpose. But if you want to use dark meat, by all means definitely do that. So we're just going to use a half pound or 8 ounces of white meat or dark meat chicken, and just cut them into small little cube pieces, and that's it. In a medium-sized pot over medium-high heat, you're gonna put about a half a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then just go ahead and throw the chicken in. Basically, you're just gonna try and brown it a little bit. Once the chicken is brown, you're gonna go in with 4 cups of water, or chicken stock if you have it, or if you prefer to use chicken stock. But what I like to do is 4 cups of water, and then I use these Caldo de Pollo, which is like a chicken chicken base soup, and I'm just gonna put 2 cubes in there. To thicken up the soup, you're gonna use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to 2 tablespoons of water, and basically you're just gonna mix it up. It's called a slurry, and this is gonna thicken up the soup. All right, and now for the egg part. So we're gonna use 2 whole eggs and just crack those into a small bowl and whisk them up until they're completely mixed. Now, while the soup is boiling, you're just gonna slowly stream those eggs in. And I like to kind of pour a little bit in and then kind of let it sink to the bottom and then stir slowly, and then do the same thing. Repeat the process, usually 3 to 4 times, and then until you run out of egg. And the last little touch, which is like the secret to that Chinese style takeout egg drop soup, is sesame oil. So just put about 1 tablespoon, or actually probably about half a tablespoon of sesame oil. This stuff is really strong, so you don't want to go, you don't want to put too much. As far as the soup goes, that's it. So I mean, you can serve this up and enjoy it. Just pour it into a bowl and then top it with a little bit of the green onion. But if you stick around a little bit longer, I'm going to show you guys how to make those like little crispy wonton chips, because it's actually really easy. And if you watched my gyoza recipe, then you should have these left over. And if you don't have them left over, then you can go out and buy them. Most grocery stores have them. It's just these little dumpling wrappers, and they make square ones, which are a little better for this, but I've got the round ones because I was making gyoza. So basically you just cut them in half and then cut them into little strips, and then on the stove, just get a little pan or pot with vegetable oil or a neutral oil of your choice, and you're gonna heat that up until it gets to about 325 degrees. And these just they're covered in cornstarch, so they actually split up really easily. So once you cut this into the strips and the oil's hot, you can basically just throw them in and they will just fry up really crispy like chips. It's basically the same thing as making tortilla chips, but instead of corn tortilla, you're using these little wonton skins, which are essentially just pasta. This is how I like to check and see if the oil is hot enough. Just kind of drop one in and you can see how it bubbled like that. And so that's how you know, all right, well, the oil's ready. So just go ahead and throw them all in. Just be careful not to splash it on yourself, obviously. Once they reach like a golden brown crispy color, you just pull them out, and then that's it. I mean, serve them on the side of the soup and enjoy. All right, so there you go. With 5 simple ingredients, you've got better egg drop soup than you can get at the Chinese takeout places. And let's be real, it's probably a lot healthier too. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Share the video if you will, that would help me out a lot. And stick around because we've got a lot more videos coming soon. Thanks.